Hey, it's Justin and Bethany from the FLACK fam, and today we're going to head to Las Vegas. In this video, we're going to eat at Rira Irish Pub and visit the Titanic exhibit that is full of artifacts. So if that sounds interesting to you, join us.
We arrived in Las Vegas around 9:30 and headed to the Titanic exhibit in the Luxor. The exhibit didn't open until 11 a.m., so we ended up eating at one of Justin's go-to restaurants, Rira Irish Pub. It's located a short walk from the museum in the shops at Mandalay Bay.
The food here is delicious. Just look at this Eggs Benedict, the French toast, and that omelet. And it's just as good for dinner. They have many Irish beers on tap and literally hundreds of Irish whiskeys. So stop here and get the perfect pour of Guinness, some bangers, and thank me later.
What if they don't like bangers and Guinness?
They'll find something, just trust me.
Though this place appears small, if you walk all the way to the restrooms, you will find many separate areas to dine, including one room with many vintage items, including board games, records, a lamp, blender, and of course that must-have lava lamp.
After eating breakfast and exploring Rira, it was finally time to get back to the Titanic exhibit. When entering the exhibit, you're given a boarding pass and assume the identity of an actual passenger that was on the Titanic.
The boarding pass had their name, age, who they were traveling with, and what class of cabin they were in, and their reason for traveling on the Titanic.
One of the rules about visiting this exhibit is that you cannot video. However, you can take as many pictures as you'd like. So you'll notice that from here until we get to the gift shop, all the visuals you're going to see will just be pictures.
As you begin your journey of the Titanic and board the ship, they pump in sounds like ship whistles, people talking, and birds chirping. We are taken back to Wednesday, April 10th, 1912 in Southampton, England, where we are now finding our cabin.
Two of our party had third-class accommodations and two of us had second class. You'll notice that some of us were not allowed to move further into the ship due to only being in third class, but they snuck past just like Jack did in the movie Titanic.
While walking to the first-class cabins, there is a display of china dishes that are recovered from the actual Titanic, pictures of actual chairs from the dining room, and a recreation of the well-known staircase.
Then we arrived at the large first-class accommodations, with abundant closet space, private baths with full bathtubs, and hot and cold running water. Many suites had adjoining parlor rooms, and two of the most luxurious suites had private promenades. The cost of a first-class ticket was $2,500, approximately $57,000 today. However, those two luxurious suites cost $4,500. Today, the equivalent would be $103,000. On top of this cost, everyone paid an additional fee for a Turkish bath, the gymnasium, and the squash court.
And just as we arrived at our cabins, the ice warnings started. The first one was at 1:45 p.m. from the America, 9:30 p.m. from the SS Masaba, and 10:55 p.m. from the California.
After visiting the staterooms, we walked outside on the promenade deck to get some fresh air and enjoy the stars.
However, as we go back inside, we are warned of an iceberg right ahead with no chance of missing it.
In fact, there is an iceberg right there that you can see and feel. The room was cold and it gives a slight feeling for the coldness that the passengers dealt with on the Titanic and in the lifeboats.
In the morning, all 705 that survived the cold night on the lifeboats were picked up by another ship. However, 1,523 people were lost.
Among the things that have been recovered, one of the items is a 15-ton piece of the ship's hull. It was a very eerie feeling to stand next to the hull, knowing you were standing next to a piece of history that changed so many lives.
After seeing many artifacts and watching footage of the Titanic under the ocean, we went into the last room where you can see if you survived. I was overwhelmingly happy to see that I, or Eva, had survived with her two children. However, I was devastated to learn that her husband did not make it.
And then after this whirlwind of emotions, you're popped right out into the gift shop where you can buy first-class tableware and, of course, the Heart of the Ocean necklace that Rose wore in the Titanic movie.
Video in here. this is what happened. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. That one's still up. This exhibit was done very well and really made you feel a part of the Titanic experience that the passengers must have felt. I remember watching the Titanic for the first time in the movie theaters on a date with Justin, and I could not stop crying after the movie. I had so many emotions. In fact, I'm surprised we went on another date after that.
You didn't cry for long. Your vulnerable side is very cute.
Well, thank you. And this time I only got a little teary while we were in the exhibit.
The story of the Titanic is a heart-wrenching but truly fascinating piece of history. And if you'd like to learn more about it, this exhibit is a great way to do just that.
We did visit happier places in Vegas. Maybe we should move on to those.
We will, but they're going to have to wait until next week when we continue our Vegas journey and head to Hawkins to catch a Demogorgon.
All right, then if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share us out to your friends, and subscribe because you don't want to miss out on our Stranger Things experience. Bye.
I, however, had a second class because I am so much better.
Bravo.